Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. Yes, another week has rolled by, and we've had so much fun the last few days. We have Justin, owner of Site 7 Camper Vans, with us. Justin, thank you for staying up late tonight with us. Appreciate that.
No, Scott, I'm pumped to be here. Thank you for having me.
So I see a lot of people in the audience tonight. We were all kind of hanging together in a very soggy county park near Dade City, Florida this weekend, and it's just great to see you again.
Yeah, it rained a little bit while we were down there,
It rained a lot, man.
but we're starting to dry out.
We're starting to dry out 100%. Did you ever get all that sand and grass out of your vans yet?
No, no, no. That's the part of Florida that just stays with you.
100%, right? A couple of those mosquito bites too. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It's just a delight, ladies and gentlemen, to have you with us on the live stream and on the replay. What we're going to talk about tonight is You Dream It and Justin Will Build It. He's an amazing, accomplished van builder. And if you were at Peace, Love, and Vans, that's the camp out event we had this last weekend, and got to see his craftsmanship. That's kind of what we want to talk about tonight. I see a lot of regulars in here. This is great. Good to see you all again. It's only been a few days. Oh my gosh. So let me kind of run through what we're going to talk about tonight. I think this was kind of one of the big takeaways from the show, which is dream, build, and the next one is get moving, right? All the wannabes I talked to, you probably talked to a few, right? They're pretty excited about getting going.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And we talked about this over the last month. Justin, I visited the Super Show, which is the nation's largest RV show that was in Tampa last month. And this is one of your vans. Whoever's doing your photography or work needs a raise. This is just beautiful, right? Is that you or your wife?
Well, all of the studio shots are like the pictures of the vans that we have for sale. Those are shot by a good friend of mine named Dylan Forsey. So shout out Dylan. And then a lot of these like lifestyle or like kind of fishing or wood shots. It could be me, it could be my wife, it could be my buddy. It's whoever ended up with the camera typically.
That is so great. Oh my God, this mosquito's going to terrorize me. You can tell already. So the trend I'm seeing, and if you were at the Super Show, you got to see this a little bit too, and that is the adventure vans are where the action is in the van space. Everybody, all the big guys, the off-the-shelf, high-volume folks are trying to look at what you guys are doing as adventure van craftspeople. Low volume, high quality, really ingenuity and innovation, and they're applying it to their vans in some way. And I think this is why the adventure van is just so hot, because you can go do things like this together. So we're going to talk about this a little bit tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with Justin. So here's we're going to do a van tour here in just a few minutes. We're going to talk about custom versus off the shelf. Talk about the innovation process there at Site 7. Talk about what's it take to purchase and ownership. That's a little different than big guys. But a huge takeaway for me, Justin, from this last weekend was really the van's cool, the floor plan's very cool, RV system's very cool. But it's where you take your van, where your van takes you, and more importantly still is the people you're doing this stuff with.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's just a perfect tool to spend time with your friends and get outside and help. It facilitates that.
Yeah, you're so right. And tool is a good word for it, because it's the right tool in so many ways. And this is from your website, and a quote from your website. Great job again on the photography. This is our Texas campout from last year. We're going to be doing this again next month in Lukenbach. And again, it's just the memories, the fellowship, discovering things together, and then just van life friends. And I don't know about your van life friends, Justin, but we may not see each other in my community for a couple months, maybe a whole year. But man, as soon as you get back, it's right. You pick up right where you left off. You ever just experienced that?
Yeah, fast friends. Yep.
Fast friends.
Yeah, fast friends.
I love it. And this is just a little image, one of many of Peace, Love, and Vans. Yeah, Peace, Love, and Vans from this weekend. It was that was in the Bourbon tent or something like that. I don't know. It's just, so
it's
great.
Like everybody in that tent's happy.
It was a happy time. We're going to go into this campout experience in greater detail next week when we don't have a guest. Excuse me. So you don't want to miss a single minute of next week, 7 p.m. Eastern. What's Up Wednesday? Libation Live. Yep, this was one of our donations, Rough Rider. So we're going to talk about that tonight, about 45 minutes after the hour. We do have some cool This Day in History, talking about a telephone book. Remember those, Justin?
Yeah, I do.
It was invented a long time ago. It's pretty crazy to think about. And then we got a great song by Cat Stevens, one of your favorite artists. I understand.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
He's like Cat Stevens. He's a musician, right?
Yes.
And if you can help us out, if you're new to the program, again, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. If you can put in 3 stars, 3 question marks, and then your question, that helps me see it more readily. Again, 3 stars, 3 question marks, and your question, please. That will help us out. Let us know where you're watching from. Justin, this is an international sensation, this program. We're
I
seeing
believe
in
it.
lots of countries, right?
That's awesome. So
Isn't
cool.
that great?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if you're watching and don't see your country, or you're vacationing in a country and you're watching What's Up Wednesday, that counts. So, so shout out what country you're watching from if it's not one of these, and we will put the flag on the map. We just love to get everybody involved here. That's what it's about. Let me make some just really quick announcements. I'll probably do an announcement video later this week because we got a lot going on. But you can go to my website and get some of the latest juice. So the big thing here is we're doing a roundup. That's what I call a meet and greet, a roundup at the Ocala RV show on Friday, March 1st. That is not too far away from now, by the way. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Sunshine State RVs booth. So come by and see and say hi for that. I'm giving away some stickers and what have you. It'd be great to have a showing there. I'm really excited to be there. The Texas Hill Country Van Brie Campout is alive and well. So if you haven't signed up for that, do that. It's gonna. You ever been to Lukenbach, Texas, Justin?
No, I have not.
We
I've
need to
heard
get
about
you
it.
in a van into Texas.
What?
It's
Somebody has a song about Lukenbach, Texas.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings. Yeah.
Lukenbach, Texas, with
Yep.
Waylon, Willie, and the boys.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great time. We are gonna have a blast. And then we've got our Eclipse Van Brie exclusive for Patreon True Believer level folks. So if you go to go to the Patreon thing there, you can sign up. This is gonna be a blast. You ever seen an eclipse, Justin?
Yes, I have. Fortunate to see one. It's crazy.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yes.
And we're going to do one in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that's going to be pretty spectacular. And the eclipse, by the way, is on Monday. So we're doing a camp out in a secret location on Sunday evening, and then enjoy the eclipse on Monday. So it's going to be pretty stellar. I don't do from this position on this seat very often. And great news, I think we announced this last week. The Weird Wild West site is live with tickets. It's April 18 to 22. Many of you are going. Any chance you've been in Bisbee, Arizona before, Justin?
You know, I haven't been there either. I need to spend some more time on the other side of the country. It sounds like.
Yes, sir. It's a great town. It's a great time. I mean, just look at this imagery, right? We might have to have a themed event, like, I don't know, astronauts or something, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about that. But if you down the road, but if you want to visit that website and get your tickets ASAP, we're all staying in the Catholic Church parking lot. If it's sold out, I would recommend the Convention Center parking lot. It's a little bit lower down into town, but get that because it's going to sell out really fast, and that too is just coming up really fast. What else do I have to share with you? So yeah, go to their website, weirdwildwest.net. Before we get into it heavy with Justin, we just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of this segment of What's Up Wednesday, and that's with our friends at Sunshine State RVs. And if you're a Patreon member, you saw Nick Schmidt cooking eggs and bacon over a campfire. It's probably the funniest thing I saw. Well, for that first hour of the morning, you know, he's kind of a highbrow guy. But he's used to room service, I'm pretty sure. So cooking on a smoky campfire too is so hysterical. Anyway, Sunshine State RVs. Hey, if you're looking for a van and you don't want to do the custom route like with Justin, you'll want to check these guys. So the bonus is I'm going to put some skin in the game, give you a QR code. You can chat with me. What makes Sunshine State cool is they only do vans. And Justin, that's kind of unique in the RV world, right?
Yes, it definitely was, especially for an RV dealer.
100%. All they do is vans, so they're pretty special. Your brand doesn't show up here, maybe someday, but they carry some of the best off-the-shelf vans, van brands, I would say. And now they're really moving into the modifications, in exterior in particular, with some of the van gear. So they have some of the best brands there, Owl Vans and then Rover Vans. We love those guys. That's my rig there. You probably know that. They really take good care of you as you're getting introduced to your van. They offer you a couple nights of camping nearby. But what really is kind of the biggest thing, and this survey proves it out, is that people's biggest concerns are service after the sale And what they do for you is you buy a van from them, and they will give you a service appointment within 5 days. And that's pretty cool. And try that with the big, big guys. They call you, oh yeah, we'll get you in 2 months, right? And then they give you tech support, which is really awesome. Phone tech support. A lot of the problems can be solved pretty easily. A lot of times, unfortunately, it's customer like, what? Well, how's my Truma work? How do you get the heat going? Where's the water pump? Where do I put the water? Right? Because they get overwhelmed. Let me know if any of this is resonating, Justin. Customers are like, what?
That's a lot to digest.
Yeah, right. Sunshine's in Gainesville. They will ship a van to you in the United States for free, or they will fly you in. It's pretty cool to pick up your van. I've used them for my van repairs, and if you have, you know that they're a first-class act. Here's the bonus. So snap that QR code. It brings you to a contact form that goes to Sunshine. Filled out there, and then what I do is I get the information from them, and they will contact me. And what the deal is I will give you a 30-minute Zoom, or maybe even a little bit more, to help you figure out what floor plan's best, if you're trying to find your van, or if you are already got it, or some tips. So you have a one-on-one with me, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Sunshine State RVs, for sponsoring this segment. All right, here we go. Thank you, Justin, for your patience there. They're just a class act, and anybody that has met those guys, they just do it right like you guys do. So again, here's what we want to talk about. We want to do a van tour. I see some questions coming. If you can help us out with your questions, again, with the format, 3 stars, 3 question marks. What we're going to do is we're going to, again, I just love the photography here. It's just an adventure van's in my future. There's no doubt, because of where it can take you. Let me ask you this, Justin, and then we'll have the van tour. So people that are buying a van from you, is it their first van or their second or third van?
It's actually split. So we have a fair amount of customers who have had RVs in the past, and they are now downsizing / transitioning into like the adventure van. And then we also have a lot of customers who are like new to this thing. So it's kind of split between the two.
Fair. And for those that are kind of new to adventure vans, are they wanting the adventure van specifically because of the capabilities to take them places they couldn't necessarily get in their traditional RV? Is that a fair?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you compare like the van to like the traditional RV, I mean, aside what I'm getting like a little echo. It's kind of weirding me out. So aside from the like the quality difference that you would see between the RV and the camper van, the ease of use or the ease of travel is something that a lot of people are drawn to. Just like the smaller size, the 4-wheel drive or the all-wheel drive, and just its ability to maneuver through the woods very easily and comfortably is, I think, what attracts most people.
Yeah, I don't disagree with a single word of that. Again, just good job on the photography. So here's a couple of friends that are out. You're kind of getting in the nighttime. Here's the foggy morning. It's, this is the kind of stuff that people want to do in their adventure vans. And I'm looking to do way more of this. Even though I don't have an adventure van, go places that it's a little out of my comfort zone, which is like forest service land stuff like that. So let's have you scamper from your computer there.
Yep.
We're going to do the van tour. He's got a van tour he's going to show us. So I'm going to bump you off the stage here, put me on.
Okay.
And then we'll have, then we'll bring on the, so go ahead to your van thing. Yeah. This is always fun. So let's see. We will add the phone to the stage. And there we go. And okay. There we go.
All right.
So go ahead and flip that camera around, and then let's have you go. There we go.
All right.
Nice job, sir. Well done.
All right. So I'm going to jump out and show you the van. All right, so this is a 170 all-wheel drive. This is one that we had at the Peace Love Van Show, but we're just going to do a quick walkthrough of this too. So we've got up here headliner shelf. We've got a 3-bay cabinet. We build all of this stuff in our shop here in Chattanooga. In here we've got storage, nice hinges. soft close, back sprung, microwave, cell phone booster.
Hidden microwave, very nice.
Oh yeah, nobody wants to look at a microwave. We've got a little shelf back here. This is nice. You know, if you've got a water bottle or glasses or phone or something, I'm gonna stick up there at night.
Like a nightstand type of deal.
Yeah. In this van, we've got the Victron Servo. Here's our light switches. Front and rear, everything's on a dimmer. S-bar heater control. Let's see. Here's our cabinet, or not cabinet, kitchenette. Rich light countertop. Nice big residential sink. Here's our drawers.
Really nice. So aluminum siding.
Yeah.
Very
These are
different.
cool. So really nice, like high-end hardware. Tall sides. We've got some non-slip mat in here. Push-button marine latches. We really like these. We got storage over here.
Oh, wow.
We got more storage over here. Oh, big storage, big drawer.
Wow, no kidding.
And then here's our cushions. We make these in-house too. You can see they're awesome. Stephanie does these. She's an awesome job. Non-slip mat on the bottom.
That's nice.
And then here's where our cassette toilet lives.
Ooh.
So that little guy just hides right there. Then we've got outlets on the side of the kitchenette. Here's the switch for our Bosch water heater. Water pump switch. Little USB outlet. Let's see what else. In this van, we've got a Dometic refrigerator. It's a 130 liter, I believe.
All right.
Swivel seat.
And
we
Justin,
got-
it's
yeah.
if I can interrupt you. So again,
Yeah,
what
for
a
sure.
lot of times is that the galley is on the patio side door, so it kind of blocks your entry.
Yep.
And by moving it to the driver's side, it really opens up the space entering and exiting. Do you have a lagoon table mount up front so you can use the cab seats?
We don't have a lagoon table mount in this van yet, and in this configuration, what we usually use is a post-lock table, and we haven't installed it because we want the customer to be able to dictate, you know,
What table?
where they want it.
Got it.
And this van doesn't have a home yet, so if anybody out there is looking for an awesome van, hit us up.
Hit us up. So tell us about the little banquette seating there. So you got some kind of U-shaped seating.
Yeah. So this is what we call our, excuse me, our bench to bed seating. So we've been doing this since our very first van. But one thing I love about it is two people can completely sprawl out here. You've got a great view of the door. If it's raining, you can run the awning out. You can sit inside and just hang out. But the bed is very easy to make. And if you want, I'll show you guys how to do that.
Yeah. Difficult one-handed probably, but.
You know, I'll make it work. I'm a pro. All right, so we just flip these cushions up.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to pull this back. Sorry. So what that noise was, I just flipped down this little leg.
Yep.
I'm going to flip down another leg.
Nice. Wow.
Now we're going to stick these cushions back. And then these cushions will drop in.
There you go. So
There's
you
a
got
queen size bed.
a couple adults on top, maybe a kid underneath.
Yeah.
That-
Tons of room up here.
Tons of room.
The blanket's a little bit messy. Apologize.
That's all right, no worries. And you can sleep either north, south, east, west, and that probably.
On this, it works best for north-south.
North, south. And again, just really nice. The bed is pushed all the way back to the doors to maximize the interior space, and probably a ton of garage storage underneath, right?
Yeah, we still got some stuff back here left over from the show. But yeah, tons of space under there.
So, you can put
So
books
we've
out.
got storage up here, storage over here, electrical stuff down here, and water stuff down here.
That is so great. Anything outside? Again, the woodworking is nice. Maybe one more thing, Justin. I'm sorry.
yeah.
So, you've probably seen this, ladies and gentlemen, but if we look toward the bed, you'll see that there's not rows and rows of cabinets on either side, and then cabinets across the back because you have so much storage down below.
Right.
As I said earlier. In Vanlife, it's kind of an art of minimalism, and by removing the cabinets, you just have so much more interior space, lightness, brightness. It just is really, really nice versus walking to a van full of cupboards.
Yeah, it's just nice to have room when you're stuck in the van. Like last weekend when it was just, rain, rain, rain. It's easy to feel claustrophobic in a van that's, just full of stuff.
Right. Let me see if we have any questions. So again, if you can help us out with the question format, which is this 3 stars, 3 question marks. Let me just see. We've got a lot of folks in here. This is great. So before we leave the van area of the shop, let me just kind of scan.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this might come up. So this is a different van? Same van, different van. Same van.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I'm in the same van right now.
Same van. Okay. So
there's another one over here though.
There's
vans everywhere.
We got vans everywhere. Jump in that one. Let's take a quick peek, and then we do have a question on lithium. Thought that might come up.
This 144 4-wheel drive, aluminum roof rack. We make these fog lights.
Those are incognito, really.
Yeah, they're awesome. Josh here at the shop designed those. He knocked it out of the park.
So when you say 144, what is the length of the vehicle?
This is a 144, Sprinter 144. So that's like a 19 foot.
19 foot, whereas the other one was
like a 170, so that's like a 22.
22 foot, so a little bit longer. So this, again, very beautiful.
This van actually has the same systems package as the blue van that we looked at. It's just a little bit shorter, kind of a little bit more utilitarian.
And a little more nimble because it is a couple feet shorter.
Yeah, maybe a little easier to park.
So Peggy's got a question here, Justin, on lithiums. How much lithium can you put in your vans? She loved seeing you at Peace, Love, and Vans.
Oh, awesome. So most of our vans usually have 400 amp hours stock, or, like off the shelf. And the systems were designed to be able to handle up to 800 amp hours.
Holy cow.
And we're using the Life Blue batteries. And you can use 4 of those in series. And there's currently 200 batteries in each van. Up to a maximum of 800.
Is there a second alternator, or are you running off chassis alternator?
So we're running off the chassis alternator, and we're running dual Orion chargers.
Okay.
But we do offer dual alternator systems if somebody wants to upgrade to that.
All right. Adam is telling me my audio is low. Apologize for that. I'm working hard to get my audio thing improved. So I'm just looking for a few more questions. Otherwise, we'll send you back to the... he said there's a big time echo. Sorry about that. Just looking for van-specific questions. Now, what are we looking at there?
So this is the garage area in the same 144. So we've got a 60-inch full-length slide-out tray. I got some electrical stuff over here. These are our garage lights. And then storage. We've got water over here, and we've got electrical over here.
Nice.
So yeah, just a ton of room. Somebody that has like mountain bikes or I don't know, lots of outdoor gear. This would be an awesome van for them.
It would be an awesome van.
There's like a loadout light.
And we're gonna ask about black tanks. You guys don't do black tanks, but you do the portable. We saw that, or a Lavio dry flush.
Yeah. We don't do black tanks, but any sort of like cassette toilet, incinerating toilet, dry flush toilet, any of those is totally fine.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's have you go back to your computer. We got some other questions.
Okay.
We can answer those there. So I'm gonna take this off and put that on. Sorry for the volume issue. It's my number one thing I'm working on this year. There we go. Let's. I'm gonna remove. Sorry, folks. I'm not sure what's kick from studio. Let's try that. Okay. How's that? Any better? I just removed the phone. Kicked it off. I kicked it off the studio.
Yeah,
The studio.
bump it off.
Okay. Let's see, a couple more questions here. Then we want to talk about custom versus off the shelf. So Warren wants to know, Justin, I assume that the logic on the galley side is to place it on the same side as the water tank in the van.
Yep, 100%. Yep. Yeah, that way we can have a straight shot at the kitchenette. So in a floor plan where the kitchenette is on the passenger side, we'll invert the water and the electric. That way we can separate it typically, and it also helps to like distribute the weight more evenly in the van.
Makes sense. Here's a question. Mississippi wants to know how much water capacity generally?
Generally, we have between 16 to 22 gallons. And then all of the vans, if you relocate the spare tire, you can add an additional 25-gallon water tank where the spare tire is.
Very good. I see some questions here that are awesome questions. We're going to talk about these, so hang tight. Roads of Life, Jane and Roger, and maybe we'll do Sherry's quick. Then we'll talk about custom versus off the shelf. This is a big thing right now for me. Been thinking about a lot. Sherry wants to know, Justin, do you have a favorite story of where a customer used the van you built for them?
Man, anytime someone is using one of our vans, it's my favorite story. It's the normal day-to-day stuff that I think is special to me. Obviously, it's great if someone can go out and have some big, like, awesome trip and, trip of a lifetime. But one of the things that I think is cool about the van and the way that, I and my family use it is just like on a consistent basis. It's weekend trips, it's overnight, it's like getting the opportunity to like go out of town like on a Friday and taking it. That's that's what's cool to me when like someone picks up a van and then they have the the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, it's so true, right? And we're just super dedicated to getting people out in their vans and making new friends and just discovery. It's really what it's all about. Mississippi, thank you so much for the super chat. There's a jingle in the jar for your next happy hour. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's so great of you. Let's talk custom versus off the shelf. And this isn't really to impugn what anybody does. I think building vans is not as easy as some people think it is. If you try to do it, if you walk down the DIY row, a piece 11 van, you're like, oh my gosh, you people are more strong than I am. But I just want to kind of point out a couple of things here that really, why, Justin, why are people choosing to build a van with you versus buying something off the shelf like a Revel?
I think there's two reasons. One of those reasons is the quality of our vans is much higher. We place an emphasis on the quality of the components that go into our builds, not the quantity of the components that go into our builds. The mindset with like the typical RV, like a Revel or what have you, is completely opposite. They want to put as much stuff as they can in the van. That is more important than the quality of stuff that's going in the van. So that's one reason. The second reason why people would go, custom or small builder, is they want to be involved in the build process. That could be, they want to, they've got an idea for a specific floor plan, or they have, they like a certain aesthetic or a combination of the two, or they've got specific system requirements. All of those are valid. Or a lot of times they just want something that's, really simple and straightforward, and it's not available.
Yeah, well said. And we talked before we went in the green room before we went live, and I showed this to Justin. So again, this is one of his vans that's for sale, 169 grand. Pretty much got everything you want in it, right?
Yep.
And it's a 4x4 on the 144 Sprinter. So the same size van, which are kind of all the same from Mercedes. I mean, it's this is the new and improved Revel that they launched last month at the Super Show. Now this is being shown with optional rugged upgrades, but look at that starting MSRP. I hope you have your seatbelt on, because I'm going to call it absurd. I'm going to call it absurd compared to this, which I would argue is certainly better built, but again, not to impugn Winnebago and Revel owners, but I think what I saw at the show this last weekend is that Sunshine State RVs had a Revel, not the brand newest one that aren't even really on showroom floors yet, but the actual price they were selling for was 140 grand. So this MSRP thing, you can just lop $100,000 off, and you still have to add all this stuff to it, which yours probably comes with, which I think is just it's a head scratch to me. So another reason I would say value. Custom vans are probably a better value in my book than some of these other guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quality thing. I mean, our stuff is built to be serviceable. It's built to be very durable. We're like testing these things all the time, and every time we build a van, since we build everything in our shop, we have the opportunity to make changes, to make updates. So every van is effectively a revision of the last van. And we're pulling off of 8 years of custom builds to, make sure that the products that leave are as good as they possibly can be. Not to mention, there's a team of 7 of us here, and everybody is passionate about their craft, and they're passionate about doing a good job. And there's a huge difference between getting a vehicle that was built by 7 people who really care about what they're doing versus an assembly line where something gets plugged in and sent down. So yeah, they're a lot different.
Well said, sir. So let me show you some, as an example, ladies and gentlemen, some of the, we want to talk about the innovation process, because I think what I saw so much of the Super Show was, again, the innovation was coming from the adventure van space, being looked at, copied, cheapened by the other guys. In the Thor space in particular, was really apparent to me. So again, let's take a look at some of the, what I'm calling innovation compared to off the shelf. So I think the first thing, if you go to the Winnebago Revel page, you'll find, Justin, that your cabinets are very similar. I should say it the other way. The Revel cabinets are very similar.
Yeah.
Say again?
I say they say imitation is the biggest form of flattery.
It's pretty insane. And while it doesn't seem like innovation, it is innovative to have a cabinet hiding the microwave, because it's going to be taking up a cupboard space anyway. Why not just put a door on it so it just adds to the aesthetics, to your point, right? Some of you had, so this is looking down both the north and south of your van. Again, very beautiful, very open, minimal cabinetry because you have so much storage down below. Your cabinetry is steel with the wood inserts, right?
Yes, it is.
And here is a foldable chair situation. Maybe quickly explain what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so this is the Friedman fold and stow seat. And Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now is it's
Oh, what happened? I think you muted yourself. Oh no. Their mic isn't connected. Justin, we can't hear you. Says your mic is not connected.
any better.
Yep, 100%.
Okay, all right, sorry. I tried to put headphones in, and I guess it flipped over. Yeah, this is a Freeman Fold and Stow seat. We've been using this for a couple of years. It's an awesome option if you want the ability to carry friends, but you're not always going to do so. And if you don't have them with you, you can flip the seat up against the wall, and it gives you a ton of floor space.
It's really nice. I got to see that in person. It was pretty cool. This again is, I'm calling it innovation because it's a different seating pattern. And what I love is your table here. It's where does it store? Most of them, it's kind of tucked behind the chair or something like that, right? But yours is very cleverly. What are we looking at there?
Yeah, so that is the tabletop, and it is in tracks slid underneath the bed. And if you looked at the left-hand side of the picture, you'll see a little silver pin. That's a pull pin that you can pull down to unlock the table and slide it forward and out.
Yeah, it's really cool. I got one more picture. Again, this doesn't look obvious until you stop and kind of think of what you're looking at. Just kind of explain why the angle in the cabinetry, because the obvious thing is just to have a square cabinet, right?
Right.
It's easy, it's cheap, that's the deal.
Right.
Why go to the extra trouble here?
Yeah, so this cabinet's over the bed, and we figured we want to eliminate that sharp edge right over the bed, and it just kind of softens up the space. In addition, it helps things from sliding around in the cabinet. It kind of like for bulky items, so you can kind of stuff them in there, and we also like the way it looks. I mean, honestly.
100%, right?
Yeah.
Looks like we got a big thumb up. So I clicked the echo cancellation button, which I thought I had. So we have better audio now. So this is great news. Let's look at
the difference too.
You're good. And so this is a larger vehicle. This one's 195 grand. This is on the 170. So it's 22 feet.
Yep.
So again, all this is all in here. So so there's some really they're just beautiful vans. So we had a number of questions about the shower. So kind of tell us what we're looking at here, Justin.
Yeah. So this is a 170 wheelbase. This van actually sold about a month ago, but it was just an absolutely beautiful van. And as you can see, we've got a little dinette in the rear, similar to the last van that we looked at. The black circle in the floor is a post-lock table mount. In this van, it had toe kicks from front to rear, and those toe kicks were illuminated with LEDs, same color temperature as the ceiling, and they're on a dimmer. So it made for a really cool look at night. And then we have the kitchenette on the passenger side in this van. You can see the fold and stow seat that's folded down just in front of that. And then the shower pan or the shower box is midship. And that's a completely stainless steel, completely TIG welded shower pan or shower box. It's got a teak floor. We've got a cassette toilet in there. Josh from the shop designed this in-house. Again, did a killer job.
It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful, and it fits like a glove.
Yeah, and this is a good example of putting in a toilet in here, so you have a private room.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually stood in this shower when I visited you in Chattanooga, and it's a piece of art. It's really lovely. And while it does kind of puts, I'll say, some space separation in it. It kind of defines living space for me. That's one reason I love mine, because it defines a living space. But it's so elegant, so well done, not inexpensive, but that's innovation. And those kinds of things take time. They take expertise. They take quality materials. This is not a plastic shower pan with a run around the track shower curtain thing. Right.
When we had a customer a couple years ago that was pretty dead set on doing a shower, and we had not done a built-in shower at that point. And when we decided to, like move forward with that project, we made the decision to, just do it the best that we possibly could and eliminate, any possibility for leaks in the future. And we do a lot of metal work, and we figured, stainless steel, no brainer. We can weld it. We don't have to worry about it. And, it took some time to figure out, but, we're not ever going to have to worry about that thing.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's a piece of art. One of the questions we had about a sliding tray. So, ta-da! Yep. Maybe tell us what we're looking at here.
Yep. So those are both of those fans have. That may be the same van.
I think it's the same.
Same van. Okay, so that is a 60-inch full extension slide. We order those slides, and they've got like a 500-pound capacity, and then we build the mounting brackets and the tray ourselves. But those are awesome. Usually, you can fit 2 bikes on them pretty easily. Depending on the height of the wheel box, you can get up to 4 bikes. And if you're not into bikes, they're great for coolers, firewood, duffel bag, Tupperware containers. Just it keeps you from having to, crawl like into the back of the van.
100%. You can slide it out, get everything, and slide it back in.
Yep.
Even in a gentle rain, probably. But yeah, it's one of those things I do more often than I should, which is I put the bed down. I'm kind of getting cozy. I'm like, oh crap, I need something in the back of the van, and there I am on my hands and knees crawling back there under the bed because it's down, and I'm lazy. Don't want to put it back up. But it's just, again, these are kind of innovation points that are some of it's unique to you guys. It's kind of common is the wrong word, but in the adventure van space. But it's, again, the custom versus off the shelf. I think these are just great examples of what this looks like, and the build quality is not even a contest. And for about the same price, it's not even a start, right? It's insane.
Yeah, like I said, we've got a great team, and I've got guys that push me to do better and try new stuff. And it's awesome. I mean, I'm very thankful to work with a crew that, cares about this as much as I do.
Yeah, 100%. And that's, if you're in business a while, keeping the guys around is really important. So let me just show this real fast, and then we will take some more questions, and we got a couple more things to do. So if we want to learn more about your products and your website there.
Site7campers.com.
Site7campers.com.
Yep.
And if somebody is wanting to get a more in-depth tour, you can do it like a Zoom or something like that, virtual.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and our shop is located in like downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're open 8 to 4 Monday through Friday. We ask that if you want to come by, that you reach out and make an appointment. Like I said, we are a small shop, and fortunately, we are busy, and we're not too busy to show people around. But it's nice to have a heads up, and that way we can like carve out some time and make sure that we can spend it with you.
100%. Where can people see product? Do you guys go to RV shows? Do you go to events like Adventure Van Expo? With your tribe?
We do a handful of shows. We're not 100% sure what our show schedule for the summer is going to be like. So if anybody has suggestions, I mean, by all means, let us know. Florida was great for us. We'll probably try to do some more stuff down in Florida. Chattanooga has a car show coming up called Riverside. We're going to be at the Riverside show. And then I'm sure there's some other local stuff that we'll be at too. But any suggestions for like good shows, like cool, fun stuff on the East Coast. Yeah, I mean, let us know.
Absolutely. They can join us for one of our Van Berees. That'd be kind of fun.
I'd be into that. Yeah.
So here we got Ranger Horse. Woo! Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate that, sir. That's the jingle jar. He says, Justin, love your work. You said in your debut on this channel that you like to use quality components, but keeping it simple. Thoughts on heated floors, cruise and comfort AC. So those are chassis functionalities. Heated floors. What do you think? Thanks again, Ranger Horse. Appreciate that.
Heated floors is not something that we've done. It's not something that I think we're completely opposed to, but we're not early adopters of technology, I guess it's safe to say. And it's something that if we were to do it, we would just probably end up doing a whole bunch of research to make sure we understand, what the limitations of the system are, because there's multiple, there's electric, there's hydronic, and all of those have pros and cons. And I think it's important to understand, the context of each one of those before, building it into the floor. Because if there's a problem with it, that's probably the hardest thing to get to and replace if need be. The cruise and comfort ACs, we don't have any firsthand experience with those. That's a split system. The condenser is under the van, the air handler is in the van. I've heard very good things about them. We've been using the Dometic RTX 2000, which I can only say good stuff about. We have not had any problems with that AC at all, and that is what we want. My apprehension for the cruise and comfort would be, since the radiator is up underneath the van, if you spend time on gravel roads, Forest Service roads, BLM land, if you're driving through the dirt and the mud, that radiator could just get packed full of dirt. That's not firsthand. I have not experienced that, but that would be my, I guess, apprehension with that.
Fair enough. A couple more questions. We're going to slip into Libation Live. Mississippi Pyro wants to know, Justin, what's the suspension on the van? So do you guys beef that up at all?
Yeah. So the stock vans that we have still are running stock suspension. From Mercedes, the 4-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive vans come with what is effectively a 4.5-inch lift. So they've got pretty good suspension from the factory. That said, we do have a lot of customers that want to go ahead and upgrade the suspension either during the build or right after the build. And for those suspension upgrades, we use Van Compass components. The 4.3 kit from Van Compass is probably, I guess, our most popular kit. But it's awesome. All Van Compass stuff is great, and we've been using them for about 7 years, and just they do spectacular work.
That's so great. Man, people like the van with the shower. Me too.
It's a beautiful van.
It's really beautiful. I mean, it's just elegant, but it looks like you want to get out and play a little bit. Peggy's saying that shower box is nice. This van is beautiful, but want a Lavio. Do some. That's part of the custom, right?
Lavio and I guess another van that we did with that same shower. It's a great combination.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Yeah, just love this van. Good looking van. I love that floor plan. So that's a winner. It's available for sale, right?
That one's sold, but you know what? We built that one. We'll build you another one.
And then Peggy's all excited about the tray. That's so awesome. I love Peggy. Let's see. A couple more questions. So David has got a question here. Justin, do you provide a warranty on the build out? And maybe just talk briefly about what the build out process is. So is it BYOV, bring your own van? Do you guys supply a chassis?
The answer is yes, all of the above. So we basically offer two things. We have our stock builds, and the blue van that we looked at earlier, the gray van that you pulled up. We've got another 144. Currently we've got 4 available Sprinters that are either 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. So we do our own projects, and those projects are basically based on past custom projects. And what we've done is taken kind of what we've learned through custom projects and floor plans that we like and seem to work very well, and also systems packages that people seem to be really happy with, and that's what we just baked into our turnkey vans. For custom projects, we work with both Mercedes-Benz in Buckhead, and also Ford dealer in Nashville for transits. And we can either procure the van, or customers can procure the van and then bring it to us. Usually the process kind of starts with a phone call or email, and we just kind of go back and forth, and we talk about what's important. We talk about the layout. We talk about the systems package. Once everything sounds good and we're on the same page, we send over a itemized estimate, and we break everything into packages, so there's no like ambiguity like with pricing or what's included, and usually that's a rough draft, and we use that to kind of put a finer point on a conversation and really kind of like nail down a plan. Once everybody is good with that estimate, we typically ask for a deposit about a month before we start a project. Once the van gets dropped off at the shop, we hit the ground running, and we ask for a second deposit halfway through, and then the balance when it's finished.
Very good.
We break payments up into thirds. I think he also asked about a warranty.
Yep.
So we offer the air compressor just turned on. I don't know if you can hear that.
It's fine.
Okay. We offer a 1-year warranty on the build. That's like the craftsmanship. So all of the, like the interior components that we built, the furniture, the upholstery, like basically the craftsmanship of the build, we offer a 1-year warranty on. And then we have a components warranty, and that's anywhere from like 6 months for like a faucet or, like a little smaller part, all the way up to 10 years, which would be for our batteries. And if we have a customer that has a problem with one of those components, what we do is just work together to facilitate, that getting taken care of.
That is so great. And I want to splash this page. I included this. So this shows what is available for sale now. So again, this is kind of an all-in price. This isn't the gimmicky pricing. And there's
we're not into like spinning up prices.
So MSRP.
Offer some weird discount. It's like,
right.
We believe in transparency, and we're happy to share all of the specs of any of these builds. We're happy to have people come and see the shop where they can see where like, projects that are in process. So yeah.
Yeah, again, $169,000 for this one in the upper right-hand corner. It's and then there's one that for $120,000 that's pre-owned. So anyway, so if you're looking for a van, spring's around the corner, and we get your van mojo going, this is not a bad place to put on the short list, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thumbs up for Justin. Let's do this. Let's do a libation live. We're going to probably go just a few minutes late. Is that okay, Justin?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
I don't want to miss anybody's question. We got a big group in here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So any chance you got a libation handy? Whoa, no way. Hold on. So what are you doing there, sir?
I'm going to butcher this name. If there's any Germans out there, please forgive me. Flensburger Pilsner.
Look at that bottle. That's worth it just for that.
I know. I feel like like it was given to me by a monk.
It probably was at some point. So Libation Live, what I have for us tonight, this comes from the Vanbury we just had at Peace Love and Vans. This is Rough Rider. This comes from Long Island, New York, of all things. It's pretty good. It's a high rye. It's been finished. It's double casked. The last casking is in Brandy cask. We did enjoy this at the show. So let's have a little sip off that. How easy to get your
That's hilarious.
That was hilarious. That was a good one. Now we've tasted this before. It's really good. It's for my palate. Cheers, Justin. Thanks for being here tonight, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you.
Man, the nose just right off. It don't smell like right. I mean, it smells like hay, alfalfa, grass. It is really lovely. The proof, and I'm not a huge brandy guy, so I was a little what's the right word? Unsure of brandy because it could overwhelm a whiskey flavor, and it's not there at all. It's very lovely. So, and I can't remember. I apologize. We had a lot of people, a lot of bourbon bottles hanging out that weekend. So thank you if you're joining the show for. I might say this so we can enjoy this in Lukenbach in a couple of weeks, or the Cala show, which we're going to be at. I know overnighting there too. It's so great. So thank you. If you want to hit this, let me just show this quick. And let me explain to Justin, I didn't really do this. So the whole point about Libation Live is sharing tastes from the road. And we've had everything from cheese to wine, beer, spirits. We had some health drinks on here at one point. So it's kind of all over the gamut. The idea is just, again, share taste from the road and how I came about it. So this is what it is. LI Spirits is their website. I would encourage you to go try this out. If you want to experiment with something, this is worthy, I would say. How is your beer?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a solid Pilsner. I like German beers. I like that they can only put like 3 things in them. So it tastes great. It tastes like it should.
That is so great. Let's see, a couple more questions. We want to get to those, but I want to share this day in history because we'd like to do this at this portion of the show. And there's some really funny stuff this day in history. So this comes from our friends at Wikipedia. Just go to their app and you can kind of slide down to this day in history and you can see all the crazy stuff going on. So 52 years ago today, Justin, were you even alive? I was like 7, I think.
No, I was not.
President Nixon visited China for the very first time, which kind of normalized things. It's kind of gone south there since, but that was a big deal. China kind of opened up thanks to President Nixon. 139 years ago, the newly completed Washington Monument is dedicated. That, of course, is Washington, D.C. And the thing I think was just hysterical is that the first phone directory was issued in, of all places, New Haven, Connecticut, right? Now, for any of you that are like under 30, you're like, what is a telephone directory? It's kind of like the phone book. Just when's the last time you used a phone book?
I was thinking about that earlier, and I think when I started at the RV dealership, I remember looking something up in a phone book, but that was a long time ago. They're almost extinct, I think.
They are 100% extinct. I'm pretty sure. And I put in here for anybody that's like certainly 20 years of age and younger, because they actually had phone books with addresses and telephone numbers of everybody that subscribed to the telephone system. That was the whole point. But I think what's even more kind of hysterical is, remember these things?
Oh, yeah.
Yellow pages. And what was different about this is it was
lift your fingers, do the walking,
do the walking, and the content was categorized by categories. And if you didn't know this was kind of cool. The concept of Yellow Pages came about in 1883 when a printer of all places, Cheyenne, Wyoming, was working on their phone directory, ran out of white paper and used yellow paper instead. And a few years later, Donley, which is a huge printing outfit, created the first official Yellow Pages directory, and that's how they looked up stuff in the old days. And man, a merchant poured tons of money into their Yellow Page ads. Remember those things?
Yeah, my dad was talking about that when we were at the van show, and how it was. They'd get you kind of both ways, because if you had an RV dealership, you could advertise as a RV or a campground or a trailer dealer or a motorhome dealer. The internet.
All the crossover points.
Yeah.
So this is y'all's homework for tonight. When the show's over here in just a few minutes, please get onto the YouTube and do a search, Ellen DeGeneres or the Ellen Show, and then do Yellow Pages teenager, I think there's 4 or 5 episodes where she shows young people. She asks them to use a map. And this gal, she's Ellen's actually asking. She couldn't figure out how to fold the map back up. Pretty hysterical. And then she asked Ellen asked the young lady there to look up golden mufflers or something like that. And the lady, it's all real. She is so confused. She's actually looking for gold in the yellow pages. It gets even more funny because then Ellen's like, forget it. Here's the phone number you're supposed to dial for the golden muffler. And she's trying to use a rotary phone. And I'm telling you, it's absolutely hysterical because she's never seen a rotary phone before.
Oh, lost technology.
Oh, my God. So if you're looking for a chuckle tonight and you didn't get it here, you can get it there. It's pretty funny. There you go. This day in history. Who knew? The telephone directory. OMG. A couple more questions and we'll turn you loose, Justin. Let's see. I just you kind of allude to this. Justin, Dave wants to know, does Site 7 build on Fort Transit Trail platform?
Yes, we do.
Ta-da!
We've got
Right
one
there.
right there, and then there's another one over there.
Nice. There are not very many of those in the wild.
No, but they're starting to show up, and they're prolific right now. They're starting to just. I guess the shipment came because people are starting to bring them here.
The parts came in.
Yeah.
Peggy's saying y'all could go to their shop, then go taste bourbon at Gate 11. That's at the train station, Chattanooga Choo Choo, right?
Yep, it is. Yep.
I've been there. That's actually very good bourbon. Let's see. Jack and Gail, good to see you. Appreciate that. We have a lot of folks, a lot of those folks we all hung out with. So Peggy wants to know, what is the size of the bed on the one with the nice shower? This show tonight is dangerous. Uh-oh.
The size of the bed. So it is 6 feet 2 inches long, and it is 53 inches wide. Actually, it's a little bit wider because it's got a bump out. So let's say it's 52, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 57 inches wide.
Nice. You'd fit no problem, Peggy. She's awesome. Uh-oh, look at this. Had this been an actual emergency. Thank you, YouTube user. Great seeing you this weekend. It's so funny. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Warren wants to know, are there varieties of non-alcoholic whiskey? Is it feasible? No, get alcohol-free beer. Because that's all this is booze. Distillate has been watered down, right? Basically. So yeah, probably not possible. Are you a bourbon drinker by chance? You like bourbon at all?
Every once in a while. I'm more of a beer guy.
Fair enough. See, we kind of answer this, Sharon. So do you work on Fords? Have you ever made the bed that raises to the ceiling, kind of like the Rebel? Have you done something like that? Anybody asked for that?
We haven't done the like lifting bed. The reason why is I just really feel like that's an opportunity for something to break. And I know that there's companies that use it, and that's great. That's awesome. I don't have any problem with it. But the way that most of our customers seem to use their vans is, if they're off-road, if, I can just see that thing bouncing around. And the last call that I want to get is, hey, we're, wanting to go to sleep and my bed's stuck at the ceiling. So, it's one of those things where, like I said earlier, we're kind of late to adopt new technology, and we want to make sure that we understand how it works and how we can make sure that it continues to work before we, put it in somebody's van. And at the current, so where we are right now, it's just, we don't feel comfortable with experimenting with people.
Yeah, no, it's well said. Well said. I'll leave it at that. So we talked about Fords. Marcia is saying the last yellow pages were printed in 2019, which was a little while ago. How many trees have been saved because we don't have yellow pages anymore, right? Okay, we'll wind out with this. This is our song of the week, and that's a cassette, so that kind of gives you a clue to the age. This comes from Cat Stevens. He made some really great songs. This one I would encourage you to listen to because it's kind of like van discovery. On the road to find out. That Cat Stevens sold over 100 million albums, 2 billion streams. In 2014, was nominated in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this song, "On the Road to Find Out," was featured in the 1971 movie Harold and Maude. Man, I have not seen that movie in a gazillion years. I'm gonna have to spin that up tonight. You ever heard of that movie?
No, I have not seen it.
It's kind of a dark comedy, love story. He drives a Jaguar, and he kind of hangs out in graveyards. I'd have to go look at the movie. It's been eons. But spin this up on your music app tonight. On the Road to Find Out. That's kind of what Vanlife is all about. We're going to see a lot of you folks in just a couple weeks at not this weekend, but the following at the Ocala show, and then mid-March in the Texas Hill Country. I can't wait to see y'all in Texas Hill Country. Justin, final thoughts for folks? You're helping make people's dreams come true.
Man, thank you for having me. This was a blast, and I really appreciate everybody's support. Like I said, we're a small shop, and just the fact that we've had everybody's support for the past 8 years is just awesome. It's something I'm very thankful for, and thanks to my team for helping me out. And yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Well, we'll see you soon. We'll stay in touch, and we'll see everybody next week. We're going to talk about I think Van Life Fellowship. It's what is just so front of mind. I had my visual aids, but I'm going to save them for next week because we have a guest tonight. But so many of you blessed me. Where is my helmet? Is my thing? They surprised me. I have it on. Oh my God! I thought I had it right here. Sorry, they Justin, all my peeps surprised me with a Vaniversary
6 years, right?
Party. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I was so blown away, so moved. So that's what we're gonna talk about next week's topic is making friends, making it happen, and just making it real. So, Justin, thank you very much. Stay right there in the studio. Everybody, we'll see you next week. New video dropping on Sunday. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon in person or on the big screen. Peace be with you.